Most people still think that Bitcoin is expensive. But here's the truth that nobody wants to hear, and that is Bitcoin has no top because Fiat has no bottom. Now, you're not watching the price of Bitcoin rise, you're watching the value of your money collapse. See, we've been trained to price everything in dollars. The house you live in, the car you drive, the food you eat. It's all denominated in a currency that's losing value every day. And yet, when Bitcoin goes up, people say it's a bubble, but they don't realize that the real bubble is the dollar. Trillions printed, no ceiling, no accountability, and you're working harder for money that buys you less. But here's the dangerous part. When the thing that you use to measure value is broken, you lose the ability to see what's actually valuable. See, Bitcoin isn't going up. Fiat is going down. And when you flip your frame from what's Bitcoin worth in dollars to what are dollars worth in Bitcoin, then everything changes. You stop thinking like a trader and you start thinking like someone escaping a collapsing system. See, most assets inflate in price because the money inflates first. Stocks go up, real estate goes up, and it's not because they're more productive, it's because the dollar is worth less. Now apply that to Bitcoin, and unlike everything else, Bitcoin is fixed. It doesn't care about elections, interest rates, or policy shifts, and there will only ever be 21 million, and that's it. Now, every time the dollar supply expands, every time a government stimulates the economy, Bitcoin absorbs that value. But here's what's new. The sellers are drying up. MicroStrategy, BlackRock, nation states, they're not flipping Bitcoin. They're removing supply from the market. And they're not selling. They're borrowing against it, holding it on their balance sheets, and treating it as pristine collateral. Now, what happens when supply drops, but demand keeps rising? See, I've bought Bitcoin at $14,000. I've also bought it at $115,000. Now, not because I don't buy Bitcoin based on price, I buy based on principle. See, when you understand what Bitcoin is, and that is the first incorruptible monetary system ever created, you then stop asking, is now a good time to buy? And you start asking, how long do I want to keep holding a melting ice cube? See, we don't price gold in Zimbabwean dollars because we know their currency is worthless. So why do we still anchor Bitcoin to the US dollar when it's heading the same direction but just slower? See, Bitcoin isn't just an asset, it's a new lens through which to see the world. A lens that reveals just how rigged the old game really is. So start pricing your life in Bitcoin, not to trade, but to reclaim perspective, and ask yourself, how many sats is that dinner? How many Bitcoin is your house worth today? And how much purchasing power is your cash actually holding? Now, when you do that, the illusion of fiat dies, and clarity begins. Now, if you're ready to stop measuring wealth in broken money, then hit subscribe right now. Because this channel is for thinkers, not traders, for builders, not gamblers, and for people ready to opt out and build what's next. Now, if you want to go deeper down the rabbit hole of Bitcoin, then check out my ebook down below. It's the wake-up call that they never wanted you to read. Now, I do also have to chuck this disclaimer in here as well, and I highly suggest just pausing the video and having a little read. Now, if you've made it this far, And if you're looking for something else to watch, then click right here and have a watch of this.